Hey, what's up, guys? Tony here, and there's playoff baseball in the air, and the San Diego Padres are coming into the NLDS as the wild card against the Chicago Cubs, and we're here in Wrigley. And so what I'm doing right now, and I was really considering doing this commentary live, but I kind of wanted to, as much as this sounds really stupid, I wanted to have some focus. And right here during batting practice, usually I just take a couple of pitches. You guys have seen that. But my player just wasn't hitting the ball very well. And this is sort of a continuation of this theme that I've been having the last bunch of games. Like all of September, into the last week of the season. Here are the two things that I've noticed about playing MLB games, or at least road to the show games. One, sometimes your player will lose confidence. Like if you're a pitcher, you'll lose confidence. And it takes a seasoned player to keep and retain that confidence. So sometimes you lose that confidence. And I think for the most part, my player has lost his confidence. I don't know. There's no confidence meter that I know of. I know there is for pitching, but I don't think there is one for hitting. And there's this thing like, there's a confidence meter. There's like this unwritten confidence meter, like I said. And my player is just at the bottom. So maybe it's a durability issue that I need to get more points to durability. I'm not sure. Maybe it's a seasoning thing. But then the second thing I've noticed is some players, and this is true in real life, some players will just utterly fall on their face during the postseason, or they'll say like an A-Rod up until a couple seasons back, or they'll just come alive, and they'll be a type of player that's just like a Mr. October. They do everything well. And my player right now, his September wasn't very strong. His October was okay. He finished strong, hitting 62 home runs. But here we are in the first game of the playoffs, and I hit that nice line drive to left field. But then I've got this high, well, not even really that high, belt high fastball, and I go and weakly pop it up to the infield. And so it was about this time in the game that I'm like, okay, great. So Scott McLean in this game is this player. He just is not a playoff player. There's no way that I can do it. There's nothing that I can do. And my part in this, I mean, as far as like hitting and stuff, my part is what I'm trying to do is make sure I hit good pitches, and this guy just makes a phenomenal play. I couldn't be pissed about that. But making sure that I don't get off balance with my hitting. And basically what's going on is the computer is giving me fits inside. I'm trying to stay back. I'm trying to go the other way. I'm trying to regain that the timing, hit the ball back up the middle if I can, which is preferable. But they're really giving me fits inside, fastballs high and in. And these are great pitches for a lefty to turn on. And I'm just a fraction of a second too late hitting that X button. It's just coming just a second too late, and pitches that I normally would mash, I'm not, and I don't know, because sometimes, to be honest, it feels like your player can turn on pitches better than other times. Like if you're a rookie, say like a low power, low contact, low reaction time, low everything. Your bat speed's really slow, and you have to really physically push the button sooner to turn on pitches like fastballs or whatever. Anyways, that's the end of the first game. We lost game one. Was it 5-3? I go 0 for 4. I was definitely not productive at all at the plate, and I got points for things like fielding and stuff like that. So game two, going against Matt Garza, I'm not really all that thrilled because he handled me pretty good during the season when we played him. But this was a good sign when he started hitting the ball. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. He, hit a couple decent, a nice line drive. Then that happened. I was like, great. Still, just, you go up there and you feel like you got a hole in your bat, And if anyone who's played baseball any number of seasons, that feeling when you go up there and you're just like, that fastball is right there, and I missed it. Like, why did I miss that fastball? It was right down the middle of the plate. That's the feeling I have when I was playing this series with Scott McLean. I'm just like, what is wrong with the player? You get these confidence issues, and even as a gamer, I'm getting this confidence issue in my player. So what I'm doing is sometimes I do this a lot. I'll check how many balls and strikes he's thrown, just to get an idea of like how much he's been around the plate. So if he's thrown a lot of balls and not a lot of strikes, then I'll be a little bit more selective. But he's throwing about, what, I don't know, it was 4 balls, 6 strikes, something like that. And yeah, I assumed he was going to try to keep me off balance. I mean, he came in on me, fastball away. You know, now, excuse me, what I'm thinking is like a breaking ball. And, you know, oh, hey, look at that fastball. And that right there, I felt like that was a cheap hit. You know, I'm just like, wow. They ate up the first baseman. I thought they were going to call it an error. Just a cheap hit. But I'll take it. Statistically, I'll take that. Because I need a hit. I need something to get this guy going. And Matt Garza's not making it easy on me. Yeah, it's been tough. But, yeah, look, he's keeping me really off balance right now. Curveball, first pitch. I was expecting fastball in, like they've been throwing me fastballs in almost every first pitch. Yeah, so it's been a tough end of the season. But you know what? The thing is, even when a guy's slumping, you can't leave a fastball over the heart of the plate like that, because, you know, I mean, it was over the middle, but a little bit away. You know, kept me back on the ball, put it up over center field over there, left center field. So you can't really do that, even when the guy's struggling. But here we are. It's 8-3 in the top of the 6th, and I'm feeling like, yeah, I'm on my groove, and this guy makes a really good play. Just a groove killer sometimes, man. It's just those games. But this sort of continuation of what I was saying in the last commentary. When you're not hitting, it seems like your entire team's not here. Look, it's 5-3 in the top of the 8th. It's just like, come on, San Diego, what's going on? Because we were one of the best teams. And then here, of course, I go fishing at fastballs again. It's such a bad habit when you're not seeing decent pitches. Oh yeah, sorry. I split the left field gap here, which is nice. You know, I'm like, cool. We're gonna get the ball rolling. We're gonna come back. You know, someone's got to be the catalyst, and you know, my player is that guy. Should be that guy. Should be the catalyst on this team. And then Brad Hop comes up. It's a 2-1 count. I'm just like, oh, Brad Hop, you know, you're going to foul some pitches off. You're not going to do anything. What is this? Oh, my God, a line drive. He actually comes through. And so I can't remember who made the comment in the comment section when I was bitching about Brad Hop, but there, he comes through for me. And I'm excited. Finally, Brad Hop comes through. Can you believe it? I couldn't. Just like, come on, Brad Hop. And you know what? It seems like in real life and here in this game, it seems like I always come up in the 9th inning sometimes. You know, I know that I'm not recording the majority of the games, but I come up in the 9th inning. If we're losing, it's just like, great. You know, what do you want me to do? Hit a 10-run home run? But I mean, at least I have a good game. And this is not one of those things like when you're on a team that's not doing well, there's this tendency to be like, well, as long as I do well, that'll be good. There's this me syndrome, you know. They always tell you there's no I in team, but there's a me if you rearrange letters. But there's a syndrome where people start to get very selfish, you know. It's like, well, if I go 3 for 4, I had a good game. We might have lost, but I'll feel good because I had a good game, you know. And they sort of try to shrug off the loss, the team loss that way. And I've done that before. I'm guilty of that myself. And that's sort of what I was doing in this game. Like, okay, well, I went 3 for 4. You know, that's making strides. And I didn't really think of it as like, okay, well, my stats look good. And I was thinking, okay, well, that's making this character strides for the next game. So good. You went 3 for 4 today. You're getting back on the horse. You know, let's go ahead. Let's come out here, Game 3 in San Diego, and do some work. And that's really what I want to do. And then, of course, what they do is they throw this guy who's those 98 miles an hour. With decent stuff. He's like a Strasburg. And just, it's really, you know, when people throw that hard and you're hitting against players like that, it's really hard. It's really hard to sit on anything. You know, like I'm going to sit on that fastball, but he could throw you an 80-mile-an-hour curveball, slider, or a breaking ball, or anything, and you're just way out front. You know, it's very hard. And then if you're going to wait for the breaking stuff and they throw a fastball right down the middle like you did, you're late on it, because it's getting on top of you so quickly. So there's just these things, you know, in baseball, you just like constantly balance themselves out. And that's what's great about this game. It's just like not just video game in general, but baseball in general. It's just, you just can never predict what's going to happen. There's so many variables. So, you know, here it is, 2 outs, bottom of the 2nd. We're down by a run. And, you know, I'm thinking base hit. You know, I need to get a base hit. Base hit's going to tie this game up. Put another runner in scoring position. I need to find a good pitch to hit. And this is sort of like the Murphy's Law of baseball, when you start hitting atom balls, it's like every time you get up there, it's go figure, because I lace this ball, and he's got to make a terrific catch to get there. And it's that playoff thing. It's just like guys will step up. That guy stepped up and made a great play against me. But it sucks because I want that to fall in. I want that run to score, you know? I want to be that guy on my team who carries this team, who is a run producer like I've been all season. Not necessarily hitting home runs. That's sort of like comes with at-bats, you know, but RBIs are really the key, you know, getting runs in. Just because you hit a home run, you get 1 RBI. You know, maybe you got runners on, you hit a single, you get a couple RBIs, depending on if there's runners in scoring position or not. So you want to be that guy, the RBI guy. And so that's sort of the mentality that I like to approach, you know, real baseball in this game with, you know, want to be that RBI guy. But that guy gets me on a nice pitch on the outside corner. This guy, this is what's weird about this game. It says he throws 89 miles an hour. And if you take a look at the miles per hour, add 2 to 3 miles an hour, and that's the velocity you're going to see, because this guy comes in with like a 92 mile an hour fastball. And I'm like, wait, didn't he say 89? Did the computer say 89 just a second ago? I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. And it reminded me of that. So I made a mental note to make sure to tell you guys that. If you guys don't know, yeah, and he just can't leave the fastball. He throws 89, so I was like, okay, I'm going to be able to sit on this guy. And put a fastball right down the middle. So I'm like, cool. I think we're ahead 6-4 right now. I'm like, good. This is looking good. We're gonna win Game 3. We're gonna push Game 4. We're gonna be the, you know, the Red Sox of 2011. This is going very, very well. Start the next inning. They tied the game up. So in the 9th inning, it's 6-6 in the bottom of the 9th. And you know what? I'm thinking I need to take some pitches. I'm a player. I could put the ball out in one swing. I could win this game. I just need to be a little bit patient. And that's another fastball that I could not get around. I just, you know, I hit it deep to left center, but I couldn't get around on that fastball. I'm like, come on, where's the speed in this swing? Because I don't want to be overcommitting to a fastball. So anyways, here we go. Cubs came back to score 2 runs, looks like in the top of the 11th. And now we're down 8-6. 2 outs, bottom of the 11th, and no runners on. I'm the only guy. A home run won't do anything. You know, I need to get on, preferably single. There's that whole the old saying, a bloop and a blast. Well, that's kind of what I'm hoping for right now. A bloop and a blast. Get on base. Let's push this thing to Game 4. And this guy's throwing some nasty sliders. And it's just one of those things. Now it's like, you know, like I said, a home run's not going to solve our problems. We need 2 runs to push this thing to the next inning. We need 3 runs to win. And this guy's throwing a mean slider. I really was expecting that. He's throwing some pitch. A lot of people, they'll throw a pitch away, you know. 0-2 count, throw something away, make him chase. But here we go. There's the finale. Yeah, that was a nice little slider. And that's it. So the Padres, just like real life, we have this thing. We cannot get past the NLDS. We just can't seem to do it, no matter what team for the Central that we play. I hate your Cardinals, Topher. Oh, gosh. Anyways, guys, I'm going to run over just a minute. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sim the off-season. And then I'm going to start spring training again. But let me know in the comment section if you want me to play spring training. Usually I skip it and just take whatever points I accumulate and go right into the regular season. But if you guys want to see some spring training, let me know, and I'll do a couple of games and maybe sim the rest of them or something. But yeah, let me know what you guys want to see, all right? So talk to you guys later.